Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Transfers with Ash. The season is drawing in, it's getting closer. We're less than 2 weeks away from the start of the Premier League. And we've done a lot of business so far, but there's still more business to do. We're obviously on pre-season at the moment. The boys have finished the Asia tour, had a couple of good results before we lost to Spurs, which stinks. I hate to say it, but ultimately it's pre-season. It's about getting minutes in the tank, getting all your preparation ready, and being ready for the start of the season. Anyway, we'll talk about that game a bit later. But first, let's get on to the transfers and what's been going on. We've confirmed 6 signings so far. Kepa, Christian Mosquera, Martin Zubimendi, Christian Norgard, Noni Madueke, and Victor Gyökeres. Those are the signings we've confirmed so far. But we're still in the market. And there's been reports this week of us being interested in another defender. Another one. A young French, massive talent, Jeremy Jacquet, from Rennes. We're speaking to Rennes about possibly doing this deal, and this deal could be one that we do now, but he doesn't come until 2026. So yeah, he's a massive talent. We're seeing an opportunity in the market, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm all for it. But I just want to see the same energy at the other areas of the pitch, finding massive talents like this and spending. Hopefully that's what we're gonna see going forward. But yeah, he's supposed to be a massive talent, so we'll see what happens with that, whether it happens or not. But yeah, the main one on the books at the moment is obviously Eze. We've heard about this one all summer pretty much. We heard that we wanted to get a lot of deals done before this, mainly the Gyökeres one, and then we're going to focus on Eze. And this talks are starting to warm up a bit. They are starting to warm up a bit. Obviously his release clause is no longer. That expired, I believe, on the 1st of August, 2 weeks before the start of the Premier League. So yeah, that release clause, I think it was £68 million. Palace can now ask for what they want, but we understand they don't want anything more than what that release clause was. So it was always our intention. It was never our intention to hit that release clause and be paying 35 mil up front. So we're going to try and negotiate and see what we can do and get a deal done there. But I must stress, this is a deal we must do. We need a player like Eze. I've said this before. We need that flair, that unpredictability, that something out of nothing player. Someone that can carry the ball with class and create opportunities, score great goals, is something we really need. And in the number 10 position, because yes, he would be effective on the left. I have no doubt about that. But his best position is going to be in the centre of the park, where he can make things happen and hurt defences. So yeah, that's a deal that we need to do. We're obviously in talks, and we'll see what happens with that. There are still talks that we're in for a left winger. Rodrigo, I understand he's off his holidays now, and I believe he's having there's going to be an announcement imminently as to whether Real Madrid are going to be open to letting him go or not, or whether he wants to go or not. So I'm sure that we'll hear more about that towards the end of the week. But if he is available, it's a player we have to be in the market for, because our left wing needs upgrading. It has to be upgraded. We said it at the start of the summer, end of the season, in fact. End of the season, start of the summer, we said we must sign a striker, we must sign a left winger. Yeah, and we've done a lot of business, and fair play to the club, but we cannot miss out on a position. We must address a pressing need, and that is our attack. We've signed Gyökeres so far, and we've signed Noni Madueke, but that's not enough. It's not enough. We need to get the Eze deal over the line. We need to go and get a left winger, whether that's Rodrigo or even a Leao that people are talking about as well. I think Leao's an amazing talent when his mind's at it, but we have to get that done. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. In terms of outgoings, we're hearing that Stuttgart are in talks with us for Fabio Vieira. That'll be an interesting one. I believe they're discussing a permanent transfer. And if that does happen, we need to make sure, this is where Arsenal need to become a better selling club. We can't be getting 15 mil for Fabio Vieira. We spent 30 mil on him, 35. Yes, it hasn't worked out, but his talent is clear. It's so clear. So we should be recouping, especially when we're seeing the money that other clubs are getting for players. Dewsbury Hall going to, where's he off to? Is Everton for coming up to 30 mil all in. So that's the type of deals we should be doing. So yeah, Fabio Vieira, we understand Reece Nelson still in advanced talks with Fulham. I don't know what's happening with that. It's gone a bit quiet recently. Kivior, I understand that Porto made a loan with obligation bid for him maybe last week for about 27 million euros, which is absolute rubbish, and the club has rejected it, and I'm glad they have. So yeah, there are a couple of things that are starting to happen in the market. We're still not really hearing anything about Zinchenko. We haven't heard anything about Trossard really anymore anyway. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But we need to get these sales done. We need to get Eze in. We need to get a left winger in, and then we're good to go. But yeah, the season's fast approaching. In terms of pre-season, the Tottenham game was flat, man. It was flat. It was a poor performance. But we must remember, it is pre-season. We also didn't start with a lot of our better players. Didn't have Gabriel in the team. We didn't have Timber in the team. Rice didn't start. Obviously we didn't have Gyökeres. He came on for about 10 minutes. So it's still pre-season. It doesn't mean anything. But we need to be able to build up our momentum and get to that first game of the season firing on all cylinders. So we've got 2 Emirates Cup fixtures coming up this week, Wednesday and Saturday, and then it's the big week showdown as we plan and prepare for the start of the Premier League season. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, people. Let me know how you feel about our transfer dealings so far, what you think we need. And yeah, let's see what happens. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff, people. And we'll see you for the next one. Take care.